Please come to Samastiti at the top of your mat. Feet together, palms together. And begin to breathe Ujjayi in and out through the nose. Surya Namaskara A and B, 5 rounds each. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up, reach up and gaze up. Exhale, fold, chin towards the chest, gaze to navel. Inhale, lengthen halfway forward, gaze front. Exhale, palms to the floor, step back, vinyasa. Chaturanga, either the knees on or off the floor, your choice. Inhale, lift the chest and chin, Bhujangasana, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Spread your fingers wide. Feet parallel to one another. Bandhas active. Last exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Walk, step or jump your feet between the hands. Keep inhaling to lengthen halfway forward, gaze front. Exhale, fold, chin to the chest. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down to return to Samastiti. Second round. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, chin towards the chest. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, a forward fold. Exhale, Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Then bend one knee and the other. Stretching your toes, opening the soles of the feet. Stay strong in the arms. Downward facing dog and come back to the top of the mat. Gaze forward, chin away from the chest, open throat. Exhale, forward fold, close the throat, chin to the chest. Inhale, rise up with control. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, long sides. Exhale, keep reaching forward and down. Uttanasana. Breath in, lengthen halfway forward. Exhale, cycle through Vinyasa. Bend the elbows straight back in Chaturanga. Lift the chest, relax the shoulders back and down in upward facing dog or cobra pose. Then lift one leg up high in down dog, pointed toes, suck your stomach in, square the hips, change legs, and left leg up, pointed toes. Release the foot down, hip distance apart, gaze forward and make your way back to the top of the mat. Riding the inhale to open in half forward fold, exhale to fold. Breath in to rise up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more rounds. Inhale, suck your stomach in, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Sit bones towards the ceiling, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, open the chest and heart center. Exhale, Vinyasa, Chaturanga modified or not, your choice. Inhale, Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Lift the right leg up. Pointed toes. Again, drawing the inner thighs towards one another, even though the legs are separated. Keep the hips squared. Change legs. Left leg up, pointed toes. Roll the left hip down. And left foot down, gaze forward. Come back to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, arms down. Last round. Follow your breath. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows straight back, chin away from the chest. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Gaze up. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring the feet back together. Right leg up high, pointed toes. Bend the right knee in the air and open the hips. Bring the right hip on top of the left. Extend the right leg in the air once again with control. Right foot down. And left leg up in the air, pointed toes. Bend the left knee, heel close to the buttock and open the hips. Lifting the left hip on top of the right this time. Release the left foot down and come back to the top of the mat. Lengthen halfway forward. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, bend knees, arms up, Utkatasana. Chair pose or fierce pose. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway forward. Exhale, Vinyasa. Keep the shoulders forward, the chin away from the chest. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right footsteps forward, a big step. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, palms down, right foot back, Vinyasa. Left foot steps forward, big step. Warrior 1 on this side, upper body and arms up, shoulders relax. Exhale to float back into Vinyasa. Five breaths in your down dog. Take the gaze towards the navel, lengthen the neck. Toes pointing forward, keep the feet parallel to one another. Heels invisible behind the toes. Inhale, gaze front and make your way back to the top of the mat. Half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms up, Utkatasana. Straighten the knees, arms down by your side, Samastiti. And here we go. Finding the flow. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, Vinyasa. Stepping back or jumping back, finding a variation. Now and throughout the practice, listen to your body. Right foot steps forward, a big step. Right knee on top of the right ankle. Reach up with the arms, gaze up. Exhale, palms to the floor. Find your rhythm. Let your breath guide you from pose to pose. Left foot steps forward with control. Inhale to lift. Exhale to float back down. Downward facing dog. Then bring the shoulders and upper body forward in a high plank before lowering the knees down on the floor. Keep the shoulders forward, bend the knees, and drive the heels close to the buttocks, contracting the hamstrings. Then bring the toes back onto the floor and make circles with the hips, the shoulders in one direction, then the other. Keep the hands active. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, walk, step or jump the feet between the hands. Chin away from the chest. Exhale, chin to the chest, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend knees. Upper body up, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti. And we keep going. Inhale, Utkatasana, gaze up. Exhale, Uttanasana, gaze to navel. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, gaze front. Exhale, Vinyasa. Press the heels back in Chaturanga. Inhale, soften the shoulder blades down the spine in upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Warrior 1, right side. Exhale, Vinyasa. Keep the hands active. In the transition, spread the fingers. The left side, warrior one. Exhale, palms to the floor, Vinyasa. To come back in downward facing dog. Knees down onto the floor in a tabletop position and turn the fingers to the side and shift the body away from one hand to the other. Keep the stomach in. Come back to the center and move forward and back, freeing up the wrists. Fingers pointing forward, curl the toes under, hips up, downward facing dog. Gaze front. Inhale, keep inhaling to step forward and reach the upper body forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Feet together. Breathe in, bend knees, arms up. Exhale, fold. Sit bones towards the ceiling, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, suck your stomach in, half forward fold. Exhale, Vinyasa. Keep the shoulders forward, bend the elbows close to the body. Upward facing dog into down dog. Right foot steps front, big step. Inhale to come up, square the hips front. Exhale, hands on the floor. Left foot steps front. Exhale. Vinyasa, your version of Vinyasa. You could also skip the Vinyasa throughout the practice. Being mindful of your energy levels. Come back to a tabletop position. Palms down on the floor, point the fingertips towards the knees. And make small circles from the wrists very mindfully. All fingers spread wide, stretching the palms also. Then turn the back of the hands onto your mat, fingers pointing towards the knees. Same thing, making small circles. Keep breathing, Ujjayi. Return the fingertips pointing forward, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come back to the top of the mat. Lengthen halfway forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms up. Exhale, returning to Samastiti. Last round on your own, follow your breath. Right foot steps front. Left foot forward. And taking 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Or coming back to a tabletop position for a few cat-cows. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Gaze front, make your way back. Samastiti. Standing poses, Utkatasana, first pose, feet together. Inhale, bend knees, arms up. Palms together. If the body allows it, look down for a moment. Make sure you can see your big toes. Sit back into your heels. Inner thighs active. Inhale, lengthen the upper body upward. Exhale, bring the upper body down. Utkatasana. half chair pose, sitting all the way down. Send the sit bones back, reach the arms forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, palms onto the floor, shoulder distance apart, Bakasana crow pose, chin away from the chest. Bend the elbows, lower the knees onto your upper arms. Lift the feet, squeeze the heels to the buttocks, pointed toes, and breathe. Exhale, stepping or jumping back in Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Here we go. Right foot steps forward, warrior one. With the back heel of the floor, square the hips front. Suck the stomach in, keep the heart lifted. Moving into standing split. Gaze to the floor, body weight into the right foot, hands onto the floor or the block, lifting the back leg way up high. If it's there for you, maybe reaching around the right calf muscle with the hands. Release the head down. Inhale, lift the upper body. Place the right hand on the floor, under the right shoulder, coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Flex the left foot. Very light body weight onto the right hand to come into warrior two. Sending the left foot way back. Arms parallel to the floor. Gaze towards the right hand. Uttita Trikonasana is standing triangle, straighten the front leg and bend over the right leg. Right arm reaching down, left arm reaching up. Gaze to thumb, left thumb. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, Parivritta Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Square the hips, left hand to the inside of the right foot and reach up with the right arm. You can use the blocks at any point if you have blocks in your practice. Exhale, Uttita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. Step back with the back foot, right hand to the inside of the right foot and reach alongside the head with the left arm, palm facing down. A long line of energy between the outer edge of the back foot and the left fingertips. Exhale, gaze down, Parivritta Parsvakonasana, revolve side angle. Lift the upper body up, the left arm up. Then twist towards the right leg, hooking the left arm to the outside of the right leg if it's there. And reach alongside the head with the right arm. Energy in the back heel. Exhale, look down, palms on the floor, Vinyasa. Knees down onto the floor for dolphin pose. Take hold of the elbows with the hands. Keep the elbows shoulder distance apart. Interlock the fingers. Round the upper back, suck your stomach in and lift your hips. Then walk the feet in as close as you can. Maybe lifting one leg off the floor, keeping the hips square, pointed toes. Then switch. Keep breathing Ujjayi. Left foot down, knees down, Balasana, child's pose. Bring the arms back, relax your shoulders. Reach the arms forward, gaze front, down dog. Preparing for the other side, feet parallel to one another. Hip distance. Left foot steps forward, a big step, upper body, arms up. Then sit down. Bring the hips down. Keep the back heel active. Standing splits. Shift the body weight in the left foot. Hands down onto the mat or blocks. Right leg up high. Maybe reaching if it's there. Again, one hand to the back of the left calf muscle, then the other. And release, opening out in half moon pose, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Reach the right arm up, flex the right foot. Come up onto the left fingertips and send the right foot back, way back behind you to land in warrior two. A wide stance, arms parallel to the floor, reach forward and back with the same strength, same intention. and gaze towards the left thumb. Extended triangle, straighten the front knee, bend down over the left leg, reaching the left arm down, right arm up. Feel the rib cage open, breathing fully, with the belly button in, and tuck the tailbone under slightly. Revolve triangle, square the hips, the right hand down on the floor of the block, left arm up. Drawing your inner thighs towards one another, Mula Bandha active. Exhale, left hand to the inside of the left leg, left foot, and reach the right arm alongside the head. Long diagonal line from the outer edge of the right foot to the right fingertips. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, square the hips, upper body up, right arm up, and exhale. Twist towards the left leg, hooking the right arm to the outside of the left leg, spiraling from the back heel to the left fingertips. Exhale, Vinyasa. Keep the feet hip distance apart, knees down on the floor. For another round, either of dolphin pose or balasana, child's pose, or practicing Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stance. Keeping the elbows shoulder distance apart, palms facing down. I like to use a block between my fingertips to keep the alignment of my shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And if it is Pincha is in your practice, just playing around for a few minutes. Coming up maybe 3 times with each leg. So 3 times with one leg in the air, then 3 times with the other leg in the air. Or again, resting in child's pose. Or repeating dolphin pose, a wonderful preparation for Pincha, strengthening the shoulders and also bringing flexibility in the shoulders. Whichever options you are in, keep breathing Ujjayi. And then when you're done, Balasana. Come into downward facing dog. Keep the feet hip distance apart. For Badangustasana, big toe pose. Take hold of the big toes with the peace on fingers and thumbs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the upper body down. Bend the elbows to either side, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Padastasana, inhale, lift the head, gaze front. Exhale, place the palms underneath the feet, open chest as you breathe in. Exhale, again, bend the elbows to either side, relax the head down, but keep lifting the shoulder blades up away from the ears. To come out, inhale, gaze front. Exhale, chin to chest, hands on hips. Inhale, rise up. Come up onto your tippy toes, arms up overhead. Squeeze the pelvic floor, suck your stomach in. Turn the palms towards the ceiling, energetically pressing the palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen. Then walk on your tippy toes at the top of the mat. Prasarita Padottanasana. Step the right foot back, a big step. The feet parallel to one another, at least. Inhale, arms up. For A, exhale, fold. Hands on the floor. Take another in-breath. Chin away from the chest, gaze front. Exhale, lower the head down. Bring the hands back. See if you can line up the wrists with the heels. And if tripod headstand is in your practice, go ahead. Maybe playing around with the legs in the air. And if you are still firmly rooted to the floor with both hands and feet, great. Just breathing there. Spread the fingers wide. Shoulders away from the ears. And then if you're at the tripod headstand, slowly lower down, touching the feet lightly on the floor. Inhale, gaze front, chin away from the chest. Exhale to fold, hands on hips. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, hands on hips. Point the elbows back, lift chest, and lower down. Keep your inner ankles active. Bring the body weight to the outer edges of your feet. And let gravity take you down. Inhale, come up, arms up. Exhale, interlock the fingers behind you. Lift the chest on the in-breath. Exhale and fold forward once again. Lift the kneecaps. Contract your quads, the front of the thighs. Chin towards the chest. And slowly come up. Arms up. Last one. Exhale, fold. Take hold of the big toes with the peace sign fingers and thumbs. Inhale, lift the chin, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the elbows straight out to the side and towards the ceiling. So forming a 90-degree angle with the arms. Feel the sit bones moving towards the ceiling. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, hands on the floor, shoulder distance apart. If handstand press is in your practice, go ahead. Otherwise, maybe playing around, shifting the body weight from the feet to the hands by lifting the heels up as high as possible, lifting the hips on top of the shoulders moving forward. Exhale, heels down, separate the feet wide, bend one knee, extending the other, doing a few side lunges. Maybe stopping in Skandasana on one side, then the other. Keep your awareness on your breath. Then bring the hands on the floor to either side of the right foot. Left knee down on the floor, square the hips. Option to stay here or slide the right foot forward to come into Anumasana, frontal splits. Square the hips forward as much as possible. Maybe reaching the arms up if it's there for you. Exhale, hands on the floor. Mindfully lift the hips to come to the other side. Square the hips, right knee down on the floor. Taking whatever options you did on the other side, keeping the symmetry between the right and the left side. Inhale, arms up if you did it on the other side. Hands on the floor, lift the hips. Turn towards the long side of your mat and find your way onto seated with the legs open wide for Upavishta Konasana. Legs active, knees, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Take hold of the big toes with the peace sign fingers and thumbs. And lengthen. From the lower back through to the belly button, the chin. You could bend the knees here if the hamstrings are short or tight. And if you're very flexible, think about drawing the belly button to the floor first. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend towards the right leg in a side stretch. Bringing the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Keep your chest open. Invite the breath into the left rib cage here. Throat open. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding towards the left leg. Or bending towards the left leg. Inviting the breath into the right rib cage this time. Again, chin away from the chest. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, arms up. One more exhale, forward. Come back up and bring the legs closer together, about 90-degree angle. Bring the hands on either side of the right leg. Root down into the left heel and lift the right leg. 2, 3, pointed toes. 4, 5, suck the stomach in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We go to the other side. Frame the left leg with the hands. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press into the right heel. Suck the stomach in. Both legs at the same time. Hands to the inside of the legs. Pointed toes and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the top of your mat for Parsvottanasana. Intense side stretch. Feet together. Take hold of the elbows behind your back or hidden namaste with the palms together. Lift your upper body. Step the right foot back and turn towards the right foot. Square the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, extend your upper body forward and down. Lowering the right side of your upper body onto your right thigh. Keep your spine in the center, chin away from the chest. Inhale, transitioning into tree pose. Body weight into the right foot. Lift your upper body, release the hands. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh, palms together. And reach arms overhead. Growing tall. Exhale, hands on hips. Lift the left knee up high. And extend the left leg. Push into the left heel. Option to interlock the fingers behind you and lift the arms for an added stretch to the chest muscles. Send the left foot back and turn towards the left foot. Change the crossing of your arms. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold. This time lowering the left side of the upper body, your left rib cage onto your left thigh, left knee, chin away from the chest. Then body weight into the left foot, lift your upper body, release the arms, Vrikshasana, tree pose on the other side. Press the right foot into the left thigh and vice versa, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Root down into the left foot, but find lightness in the upper body. Exhale, hands on hips, point the elbows back, lift the right knees high as possible and extend the right leg. Interlock the fingers if you did it on the other side and lift the hands. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, cycle through Vinyasa, your own version of Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. And another opportunity to practice either child's pose, dolphin pose, or forearm stance. Trying to keep the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. So you're supported. I like to use a block between my fingers to keep the hands separated, also shoulder distance apart. And in this video right now, I'm doing the bow and arrow version of this pose, bending one knee and extending the other. Pointed toes. Lowering down with control. Then doing the other side. But wherever you are, again, in child's pose, dolphin, or pincha, keeping the breath regulated by breathing ujjayi through the nose, and also respecting your own limitations. If pincha is not yet in your practice, that is absolutely okay, just allowing the step for eventually practicing pincha. So again, dolphin pose is a great preparation for this, strengthening and bringing flexibility to the shoulders. Then relax in child's pose. Look forward, extend the arms forward and come back into downward facing dog. Walk, step or jump to seated for Dandasana. Staff pose. Legs together. Heels together, flex your feet, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Hands on the floor by your side. And lengthen from the root to the crown of the head. Mahabandha. Active. Gaze to the toes. Paschimottanasana A, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. If the toes are there, take hold of the toes. Lift the chin as you inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows to either side. But if the toes are not there today, just grabbing the outsides of the feet maybe, or the ankles. For B, lift the chest once again, changing your grip. The knees could be bent here if you find that your upper body rounds a lot. Inhale, slowly come up. Purvottanasana. The hands back, fingers pointing forward. Lift the hips. Draw the big toes towards one another. Bring the soles of the feet on the floor as much as possible and keep the heart lifted. Exhale to sit down. And take a vinyasa, whichever way you'd like to go about it. Chaturanga Dandasana, chin away from the chest, press the heels back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. I'm doing the modified version, but if you want to take the half bound, go ahead. Keeping the left leg stretched out. If you're doing the modified, just maybe moving the leg a little bit before placing the right knee on top of the left, pointing the right foot back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Maybe playing around with the positioning of your hands. Chin away from the chest and squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Mula Bandha. Inhale, come up. Trayanga Mukha Kapara Paschimottanasana. 2 legs facing 3 directions. Bend your right leg back, point the right toes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Draw the inner thighs towards one another. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Ekapada Bakasana, one-legged crow pose. Send the left leg back, bend the elbows and lower your right knee onto your right upper arm. Lift the hips high. Maybe the back leg floats off the floor, maybe not. It's a transition. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make your way back to seated. For the other side, the right leg stretch out this time. If you did the half bound on the other side, do it on this side also. Or the same thing, the modified. Just bringing some evenness between the right and left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Point your left toes, your left foot back. Inhale, upper body up. Bend the left leg back, knees, inner thighs together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe noticing any differences between the right and the left side. Ekapalabhakasana on the other side. Maybe it might be different for you on this side. So right leg back, bend the left knee on top of the left arm. Point the left toes towards the ceiling. Everything pointed towards the ceiling. Lift the hips, keep breathing. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then come back to the top of the mat to sit down. Janushasana A, left leg straight. Bend the right knee out. Right foot to the inside of the left leg. Square the hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the elbows up and to the side to straighten the upper back, chest open. For B, hands on either side. Lift the hips and slide the pelvis forward to sit down onto your heel. So the heel in between the sits bones. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. And squeeze the pelvic floor muscles around the heel, taking advantage to stimulate, activate Mula Bandha. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Take a vinyasa. Or skip the vinyasa. Really listen to your energy levels right now. We come back to seated for the other side. Right leg straight. Bend the left knee out. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Janu B. Hands on either side. Lift the hips. Slide the pelvis forward and sit down on your heel. Deep breath in. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come out. Exhale, hands on the floor. Vinyasa. To come to a lie down for abs. Lie down on your back. Interlock your fingers behind the head. Keeping your back and the back of the head on the floor to start with. Both legs up towards the ceiling. Point the toes. Then lower the right leg, keeping the left leg in the air, and switch. 1, 2, suck your stomach in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can lift the shoulders and head off the floor if you'd like, but keep your lower back firmly in contact with the floor. Switching the legs. Then bending one knee towards the opposite elbow and switching side, extending the opposite leg. Keep breathing Ujjayi. I know it might be challenging in the abs section of the practice. Then roll forward, coming onto your hands and feet for handstand practice. Spread the fingers, the hands open, shoulder distance apart. Gaze one point on the floor. And you can stay with both feet and the hands down, just building strength here. Or taking one leg in the air and maybe taking some hops. But just giving it three tries. And if it's not there, we just let it go. Then come back to seated. For Marishasana A, left leg straight, bend the right knee. There's about a hand distance apart between the right foot and the left thigh. Give yourself space. Reach the right arm up. Then lean forward to the inside of the right leg. Wrap your right arm around the right leg. Reach back with the left arm. Maybe take hold of the left wrist with the right hand if it's there. And lower the head down. Draw the right leg closer towards the upper body, the left shoulder forward. And release for Marishasana C. Right hand behind you, left arm up, lengthen. And exhale, twist towards the left. Maybe hooking the left arm to the outside of the right leg and taking the bind. Keep rooting down in the right foot, pressing the left heel down, not forgetting about your left leg. Exhale, look forward, release the legs, and take a vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. Come back to seated for the other side, Marishasana A. Right leg straight, bend the left knee, left foot down on the floor, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Right, so the left foot is away from the right thigh. Give yourself space. Inhale, left arm up. Fold forward to the inside of the left leg. Bend the elbows, maybe taking hold of the wrist behind you. And chin towards the chest. Drawing the left thigh towards the upper body, right shoulder forward. Inhale, release, right arm up. Exhale, taking the twist towards the left. If you did it on the other side, also taking the bind. Once you have the bind, lift the sternum, roll the shoulder blades down the back and the chin up as much as possible. Exhale, look forward, release the hands. Vinyasa. Maybe using blocks if you have them to give yourself some height and some space to come into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Abs on the other side. Lie back with bent knees, bringing the heels close to the buttocks. Come onto the tippy toes, arms alongside the body and off the floor. Then lift the shoulders and head off the floor and reach from one side to the other, keeping the gaze towards the ceiling. Neck muscles relaxed. And again, being mindful that the lower back stays in contact with the floor. And lifting the hands a little bit higher, closer towards the knees. Keep reaching one side to the other. Bring the palms together inside your thighs and lift up. By shortening, contracting the abdominal muscles. Then reach to one side and the other, pulsing. Hands to the outside of one leg, 1, 2. Then the other, 1, 2. Knees to chest and roll up. For another opportunity to handstand. Whichever progression, variation, you could be close to a wall also. Again, just being really playful and light. That's what I love about the rocket. It's really a light practice. Like, I'm not taking myself too seriously. Some days are better than others. It's just embracing everything, all of your practice in the same way. When it feels good, in quotation mark, and not so good, just rolling with all of that, with joy and lightheartedness. So hopping maybe 3 times, no more than 3 times on each leg. Again, learning to let go of whatever your practice is. Then sit down, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, soles of the feet together, slide the hips forward. Take hold of the big toes, the feet with the hands, interlocked fingers. And as you breathe in, lengthen your upper body from the root to the crown. And with the exhale, relax the shoulders back and down, the knees down. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, bend the elbows and lean forward, leading with the heart. The heart wants to come close towards the big toes, chin away from the chest. Inhale, come up, bring the knees together. Lie down for Supta Padangustasana, supine big toe pose. Lift the right leg, take hold of the big toes with the peace sign fingers and thumbs. On the exhale, lift the shoulders and head off the floor. Drawing the forehead close to the right leg. Anchor in the left heel. Exhale, lower down. Keep hold of the right foot and open the leg out. Extend the left arm to the side and gaze towards the left hand. Keeping both shoulder blades, sit bones onto the floor. Come back to the center. One exhale to bring the chin towards the shin. Then let go of the leg, arms down. Other side, left leg up. Take hold of the big toes. Peace sign fingers and thumbs. On the exhale, suck your stomach in to lift the shoulders and head off the floor. Pressing down into the right heel. Exhale, lower down. Open the left leg out to the side. Right arm to the side and turn the head towards the right. Again, both shoulder blades, sit bones, stays on the floor. Come back to the center. One exhale to bring the chin to the shin and lower down. Option to take a vinyasa if you'd like. Roll forward. Send the legs back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. To come back and lie down. Ubhaya Panagustasana. Both big toes pose. Lift the legs overhead. Take hold of the big toes with the peace sign fingers and thumbs. And lift the sit bones towards the ceiling. Press all 10 toes into the floor. Push the heels back. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Inhale, roll forward. Find your balance on the sit bones. Inhale, lift the chest, chin away from the chest. Roll back as you exhale. Take hold of the feet from the outside. Driving the hips up. Feel the stretch in the back of the body. And with the inhale, roll forward once again, catching yourself for Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Upward facing forward fold. Bend the elbows. Bring the elbows to the back of the legs if it's there for you. Relax the shoulders down and gaze towards the toes. Release the feet down. And lie down for Setu Bandha Savangasana, supported bridge pose. Bend knees, feet hip distance apart. Lightly touch your heels with the fingertips and gaze towards the ceiling. Inhale, press into the feet and the hands and lift the hips up. Bringing the chest to the chin. Option to interlock the fingers below the body to roll the shoulders more under. And to release the hands, slowly lower down. Urdhva Dhanurasana, option for full bridge. Reach the arms overhead, bend the elbows towards the ceiling, palms to the floor, fingertips pointing towards the shoulders. Then you lift with the in-breath. We do this 3 times, so you have the option to repeat supported bridge also. When you come out of full bridge, look towards the ceiling and lower down. 2 more rounds at your own pace. Again, finding the option, the variation that works for you today. And whichever option you are In, keep your breath smooth, flowing. And when you are in full bridge, maybe trying to shift the body weight more into the hands, pushing the chest towards the wall that you can see. When you come out with control, bring the chin to the chest, then lowering the shoulders and the back of the head on the floor. When you are done, take any movements, poses that feel good for you after the back bending. So it could be knees to the chest, making circles in the air, coming into a light twist also. Take hold of the back of the thighs with the hands and roll forward. For downward facing dog, Ekapada Kapotasana, right leg up. Maybe open the hips before bringing the right knee close to the right hand. Lower the hips down. Square your hips. And on the exhale, fold forward. Downward facing pigeon pose. Think about inviting your left hip down, squaring the hips. Inhale, come up. Hands on the floor. Bring the right foot back, feet together. Preparing for the other side, left leg up. Bend the left knee, open the hips. Before bringing the left knee close towards the left wrist, lower the hips down. I'm doing a version which can be challenging if you have tight hips. So my front leg is at a 90-degree angle, but this might not be available to everybody. So just maybe keeping the foot close to the opposite hip. Drawing the right hip down this time. Inhale, come out of the pose. Hands on the floor. Come back into downward facing dog with the feet together. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Right leg up high. With the exhale, bend the right knee on the floor, the center of your mat. Slide the left knee behind, open the feet. And sit down between the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the right elbow up in the air. Bend the left arm back and maybe taking hold of the hands if it's there for you, or whatever option. An option also to lean forward, but it's an intense stretch. Listen to your body. Release the arms. Unwind the legs to come back into downward facing dog with the feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee at the center of your mat. Slide the right knee behind, spread the feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your left arm in the air, reach back with the right arm behind you. Trying to keep the chin away from the chest. And leaning forward if it's there for you, but it's not necessary. Slowly come up and release arms and legs. Option to take a vinyasa. Press the heels back in chaturanga. Walk, step or jump back to seated for soft Paschimottanasana, soft seated forward fold. So maybe relaxing the feet, allowing your spine to round here. Coming back to your breathing. Inhale, slowly come up and lie down. Preparing for Salamba Savangasana, supported shoulder stands, arms by your side. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling, lifting the back and the hips off the floor to place your hands onto your back with the fingers pointing up. And give yourself a few breaths for the body to adjust to being inverted. And after a while, maybe bringing the hands closer towards one another, the elbows also, so that you're guiding the hips up, eventually trying to get the hips on top of the shoulders and growing tall from the shoulders to the toes. Alasana, plat pose. Exhale, lower the feet, legs behind the head, interlock the fingers, and press the arms down into the floor. If interlock fingers is not an option for you today, just keeping the hands shoulder distance apart. And drive the hips towards the ceiling. Push the heels towards the wall behind you. Kanapidasana, here pressure pose. Bend the knees to either side of the head. Bring the feet towards one another. Straighten the knees, palms down on the floor to lower the back of the body with control. Preparing for Matsyasana, fish pose with the hands underneath the buttocks. Lift the chest as you inhale. On the exhale, relax the head back. Crown of the head on the floor. An opportunity to nourish your lungs with full deep inhalations. The lungs, rib cage fully open here. To come out, lift the chin, release the hands and slowly lower down. Bring your knees to your chest and roll forward to come to a seated pose of your choice for a few moments in meditation. Place the back of the hands onto your knees, tips of the thumbs and index fingers touching for Chin Mudra. Close your eyes. And take a few rounds of Ujjayi, very mindful but also very soft, maybe beginning to prepare to rest after the movement. So taking this opportunity to observe, contemplate the changes that you have made. In your physical body, your breath, your mind, your state of being. Simasana, lion's breath. Lift the shoulders to the ears and exhale. Lean forward, stick the tongue out. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale. Once more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift the shoulders. Exhale. Let go fully. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, take hold of one wrist behind you. Yoga Mudra, lift the chin as you inhale. And exhale, fold. Sealing your practice with gratitude, love, kindness. Inhale, slowly come up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And lie down. In Savasana, separate the legs. Let the feet fall open outward like an open book. Space between your arms and your upper body and the palms facing up. Relax the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Surrender to this moment. Allowing your body to take in all the benefits from your practice by observing stillness for a few minutes. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Deep inhalation, long exhalation into your toes, fingertips, inviting movement once again. Reach your arms behind the head, give yourself a good stretch as you breathe in. Exhale, knees to the chest, give yourself a hug before coming to a seated position of your choice to close your practice. Bring the hands together in front of your heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.